well with your challenge, haven't you?
Yes, I'm basically halfway through the profit target. Currently 5.1% up.
5.1%
Um,
up. That's really good. Have you got anything running now? Any positions open?
Currently not. No, I closed everything. Those were the two, let's say, slight mistakes I made today. I could actually maybe be already 6% up.
Okay.
I had on the one hand this NCD yen short that I also posted in the chat. I was simply not patient enough, or didn't want to risk anything, or let's say back this small profit.
Yeah.
And the other maybe not so smart decision was I entered again on the pound Aussie short. Just I think half an hour ago, but it's retraced. So I said, okay, let's close it and let's really maybe wait the whole day
Yeah.
um, until tomorrow. So really small loss, like I think 180 that I lost there. So overall, still really positive. I think I only have two negative days.
That's
Really
really,
small
really good.
losses so
No,
far.
yeah, really, really good. Yeah, you're doing really, really well right now. Really, really well. Um, okay. What's going on here? Where's my thing sticking? Okay, cool. So I'm just watching. There's a lot of good moves. I think we've had a lot of good
Mm-hmm.
moves so far since yesterday. It
Yes,
continues to be really good
definitely.
as well. So yeah, I'm looking at the. I've just taken a couple of quick cheeky shorts on gold.
Mm-hmm.
This is let's go up to to the 5 minutes. Have a little look
Yeah.
here. So gold. What happened was I was with another one-to-one trader. Probably about an hour or so ago, and we were just watching this as it was going up
Mm-hmm.
here, and we were saying, okay, if it can break long, we might consider taking a long on the gold move with an MT strategy because of the break of the
Mm-hmm.
38. And he was saying,
Yeah.
well, it's broken and I did put it in the signals group as well, and it was
Yes,
looking to break
exactly.
the trend line, but it didn't give us the momentum. Now, gold can really move, so it hasn't really done much. So
Exactly.
we had this little bit of a pullback, and he said, "Oh, I'm looking. If it breaks the trend line, I'm back below the 38.2. I'm looking for a rejection
Mm-hmm.
after testing here multiple times. We'll look to short it, which is what he did. So he took a short, and it started faffing about a little bit. I watched it to the 50, and it bounced off the 50, around that 50 of this little range.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Can we put some fibs on this little range as well?" And I said, "But yeah, because it's not that little of a range. It's still
Yeah.
100. That's still 120 pips." So I was like, "Yeah, of
Yeah.
course,
Exactly.
we'll do that." So it faffed about a bit, and then I shorted it because it developed off the 38.2, and it was so quick I couldn't even call it down to the 76.4, and it's hit
Mm-hmm.
that and bounced off it. So 67. But the bigger picture is I just did some analysis for it, and
Mm-hmm.
what we're saying right now is the bigger picture. Let's drill up to the 1 hour, and let's just get
Mm-hmm.
rid of. Let's pull these over here.
Mm-hmm.
If it breaks the 76.4, we'll look for an extension down to 1760, and
Mm-hmm.
that will help it break and retest that 38.2. So 1760, 1756, which ties in with a nice corrective retracement at the very least, to the 50%
Yeah.
of this range. So
Exactly.
that's where we're at right now because we failed to break up here. So I had these fibs on there, so I'm just going to now remove them.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to do it and record the session as well, and obviously wait for you and do it as well and share it. So we'll just see what happens. If of
Mm-hmm.
course it breaks back above the all of this and starts going long, then
Yeah.
I'll I'll have another revisit it and have another look. But right now,
Exactly.
I'm just thinking you're not going up. You've tested it multiple times, as you can see here. It keeps wicking and rejecting,
Exactly.
and
At
this is the
least
one
three
hour.
weeks.
Yeah,
At Yeah. Exactly. Nearly the same level.
yeah,
But to the downside actually as well. So it's really around in
yes.
this range currently.
It is. That's why we just drilled down to the small time frames and we just explored this 120 pip move and we just took some quick shorts there down to there. So that was quite nice. We caught this and now it's just stalled. And yeah, that's about as exciting as it gets today. Um, but yeah, bigger picture again. we didn't get to $1,800. We stalled, and so right now I've got my fibs on, just exploring this last swing, the last major low, because then it's making high lows, high lows, high lows. And now we've got the support 38.2, which we shorted to yesterday. And then I tried to take another short on it, and it just wasn't doing it. So I took a small loss on it, and so I just left it. I was like, well, let's just leave it. And you can see now it's just gone into a bit of a chop mode since yesterday. It hasn't done anything yet. But if it breaks here, then we're going to take it down to the 50s, the next target. So it'll be a decent, another 100 or so pips to the downside, which is good. And then we've got trend line, which I'll be interested to see if it could test it for a fourth time. That'll be really crucial. So if it did manage to get down here, we really want to see. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this would be a nice move.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. 4 points of contact. And yeah. Yeah. So just updating the details on there. Right, good. So that's that done.
Sure.
Let's have a look at the Dow Jones, because the Dow Jones sold off quite hard yet today. We had a nice little drop, and it broke and extended. And I've got this on a smaller time frame, 15 minutes. And we've just had a little bit of a bounce. I'm just wondering if that's the correction, that's it done, and if we're going to go back up. We've got a little bit of a channel going on here as well.
Yeah.
So like something like that. It's quite clean. So yeah, just waiting to see if it's going to what the Americans are going to do in the next half hour.
Exactly. Now that it breaks down even further.
I've got a target
on
up.
The daily.
Yes.
On the daily, I was looking a little bit. It seemed to me that we didn't have a real pullback on the daily for quite some time.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, now it started a little bit. No, sorry. Actually, I was looking at the weekly.
The weekly.
We haven't touched. 21 moving average for quite some time. So.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. It's I can't really see it on this. Got a lot of these fibs. Trading view. It annoys me a little bit. What can you do? Anyway, yeah, there you go. So yes, I see that. What's going on here? Why is that like that? It doesn't even stick properly. Yeah, all I can see from the move up is that we keep making record highs, and then we had a double top, and this was the 1 hour, and we had some fib extensions of that last swing. So the nice last swing down, and we've been rallying up since. So I put my fibs on this last swing, and I've got my extended levels up here as well, 34,100, just to see how it would behave and react. And to be fair to it, it did go up to 270. Well, it surpassed this level, and then it stalled. So I thought, okay, it still might be valid. We still may see a drop and a correction down to as low as 33 230s. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I've got my first major fib around 33 400. So again, just see if it's gonna do that, or whether this was just a little bit of a correction and goes back up. But it's definitely one that I'm watching, and I'm really interested in how it's moving. I don't know why that's moved. There you go.
Exactly. And it can also have quite violent moves.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But if it does start to pump back up, I think it needs to clear 34,000, which is the 38 of this range at the moment. Around there, it needs to clear that round number to keep going. And I am looking then for back up to the 76.4. I've got a target up here around 34 120s. So I'm looking for a move at least back up here as a decent target T1 as a retracement. Give or take. These charts, TradingView, they give me slightly different numbers compared to my charts when I'm looking at them. The numbers are slightly out, but it's to be expected because they've got multiple feeds. Let's go and have a look at the dollar index, because the dollar index, I did say this morning, expect to see respite at the 618, bit of a reaction, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're getting. It needs to develop a little bit more than that, because it could just be that this is just a little bit of a pump up as that, just as a respite, just as a reaction. But overall, you can still see it's very bearish. So it needs to do more than just go up. It may go up here. It may then curl over, complete an N shape, go down, It may even then challenge the 61.8 properly. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it may even then come
Right.
down and test that trend line and 76.4, 90, 20 by the end of the week, because we are only into Tuesday right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's key right now, what we're watching here. So if it is going to find some support here, what it probably needs to do is it needs to go up, it needs to pull back, test it maybe a couple of times, create some proper support foundation, and then launch itself to go long.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of work to do if it wants to do that. So this is the
Yeah.
dollar index. So, but right now this is doing exactly what we want. It's offering a bit of a respite. So now we're able to see dollar related pairs drop. So notably the euro dollar.
Mm-hmm.
That's just pulled back to 38.2 of this last swing, and
Yeah.
if you look at it on the bigger picture, that's a 50% as well. So see how it behaves around that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar have been moving really, really well. So I'm saying to people, make sure you get them on your watch list, because they've been going really well. They've been behaving themselves. Do you find that as well? They're pretty decent for it, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah, I also actually I think yesterday I also had a trade on New Zealand dollar.
Oh yes, yeah, you did, didn't you?
This worked as well. I was actually again psychological improvement point. I actually really had the right, let's say, intuition, or also with the FIPS I saw broke a level, and I entered the trade. But then I saw on the I think 5-minute time frame I saw as I think 1 or 2 wicks, and then I exited. It's more or less a break even, and then it started. But the move was quite good, so I could still take out some profit there. But it's again this patient thing, and not getting too excited when you see a small move on the maybe 1 or 5-minute time frame. Then really exiting the trade immediately.
Yes. Exactly. So I was just making a note of that. Just there you go. It was interesting as well. Structurally, it moves really, really well. So we've had a nice structural pullback, double bottom, and then we had this explosion where on the 1 hour on the Aussie dollar here, it broke all of this consolidation and it went north. So I was saying get long here and take it up to, based on this last swing, to ensure that we're still in a downtrend, making lower highs. I use this one because I've got my trend line on this high as well. So I was using it. So the 76.4 of this range from here to here is at 7774. So I said 7770s would make an ideal first target. That also ties in nicely with the entire range. We've got a 50% around there as well. So that was our T1. And it went there, reacted, come back to previous structure nicely, clean. It's pumped up again, come back to previous structure. So we're just waiting to see what it does next, what it wants to do next.
Exactly.
Yeah. And a similar story to, like you said, with your New Zealand dollar. I did the same thing, applied the same ideas, same principles. This was really nice. The trend line was being used and utilised really, really well. So I used the 2 points of contact, and then we saw here. Look at all this price action. It broke here. This was a good entry to take it up to the 38.2, and it went up and it toyed around a little bit here. But then we saw it curl up and over, and I thought, you know what, there's that momentum that I'm seeing on the Aussie dollar. We can take this long to at least the 76.4 of this range, which is 71.92. And I got 7,200 here as a 50% as well, round number. So I thought a couple of good confluences. Let's at least take it up to maybe just below the 72 as an area of interest, and then let's see what it does. It's actually gone up, and again, same thing, pulled back, structure, gone up, structure. So I'm just waiting for the next move. There's not in any rush now. Just wait and see what it does. Wait and see what the dollar index does and everything else right now. But yeah, there you go.
Exactly. That's crucial.
Yeah. So just see what happens. Get rid of that, and that's done. Right, good. That's it really. I've got the Aussie pair, the pound Aussie swinging really, really nicely. Price action is decent. I'm interested in gold. I want to see if gold's going to break now. It's back to test the 76.4. So if it can break on down through that, I'll be really interested in holding a short for much lower.
Yeah. Exactly.
And hopefully then we'll see
That makes
maybe a
sense.
bit of a move up on the pound pairs again, like pound Aussie maybe,
Hmm.
because sometimes this
Yeah.
correlates quite nicely with it.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, so it can.
So would you rather be biased to, um, let's say that the pound Aussie now
Yeah,
retraces even further to the upside, or
yeah, maybe it's behaving itself quite nicely. So I'm just
Mhm.
waiting to see if it's going to swing up to the 180. Well, back to 180. It did test it and bounce off it, but maybe get up slightly
Yeah,
above. One more go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We had a decent
exactly.
pump up. We had a move up, a 50% correction, which was here. 50% if you
Yes,
plotted fibs on that, and then it exploded and it went all the way up and kind of just sitting in no man's land before dropping back to previous structure. And now we're just, and then we've pumped up again 618. I'm just seeing if it's holding.
hmm,
If it breaks the trend line, then I'll
yeah,
start looking for shorts back down to 178.20 area for a nice sell off to
exactly. Yeah,
76.4.
this
But
makes sense.
as it plays around in this area, just going to keep an eye on it for going up here.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay.
gold is now trying to make its move. Come on, gold!
Hmm.
It's making its move. Go on, son, get down there. Let's get onto gold and have a little look because I'm shorting it and I'm on it and just seeing how it's going to react and behave at this area
Hmm.
right now. So I'm interested in nothing more than just this range right
Yeah,
now and this support here. It's a key area, and we're starting to see a bit of a respite, a bit of a relief bounce on the stock markets as well. So that's where we're at. All right, cool.
mm,
And that's it. So I'm
yeah,
going to leave it there, leave it
great,
like that, and just keep an eye on it as the
great.
market's about to open in the US. So yeah, and I've just
Exactly.
recorded this session as well, so I'll put it out there, share it, and hopefully it can benefit some others, someone else as well.
Excellent.
All right, mate. Yeah, keep me posted. Keep sharing your charts. Keep doing your
Yeah.
thing. You're doing really, really well, mate. You're doing really well. Really happy.
Thanks. It's really improving. It's really
Yeah.
good.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
following your videos and content that you put out, I think since last August, we really started to get into it and slowly picking up things and now it's developing. So I think one sees also for others,
yeah,
trying to learn.
yeah.
It's not done within a week.
No, no.
One needs time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But but yeah, no, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. It just, it's all you. It's all you. You still have to put in the work. So yeah, nice one. And I'll keep supporting. No problem. All right, take care. Have a great yeah. Take care. Have a great day,
Yep.
and I'll keep supporting you
Thanks a lot.
and just keep doing your thing, and that's it. Wonderful. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you in
Fantastic.
a bit, mate.
Thank you, Alex.
Cheers, bud. Bye, 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 bye.